Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What's going on, good people? What's going down, man? Hope everybody had a fantastic Christmas, fantastic holiday. Hope you got everything that you wanted, your desires. Got a chance to eat some good food, spend quality time with your family. We are still in the middle of the holiday season because we do have New Year's coming up also. So, still in the midst of the holidays, which is a good thing. And also speaking of holidays, I do know for some people, holidays can be a tough time for different reasons. So keep that in mind and keep tabs on certain people who may be going through some certain things during the holiday season because it's not always an easy time for everybody. I'll just say that without getting too deep. But yeah, welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Always good to come through, chop it up with everybody for a good little bit. We're still on that winning wave, beating the Colts. So that's a good thing. We're gonna come in here and do our player grades. We didn't get an opportunity to do our player grades last week. Even though we had our show last week, we started talking about Terry Fontenot, and that conversation was such a good conversation that we never got a chance to do the player grades. So, but we back here to do them this week. And as I always say, we're gonna do these player grades whether we win, lose, or draw. So we back here to do them again today. Let's get these commercials out of the way. Well, first off, for those who may not know, I'll be your host. My name is Toddy. And welcome in, my friends. Let's get these commercials out of the way. As usual, man, as you come in for the YouTube crew, the YouTube click, make sure that you do hit that like button, man. When you hit the like button, that lets YouTube know that we are on live, and they'll send the video out to different places, and people get notified. Helps us get in the algorithm, helps the channel to grow, of course. Also, shout out to the Facebook crew as well. Please make sure that you hit the like button for me on Facebook. It's very important on Facebook just as well. Because that lets Mark Zuckerberg and his crew know, hey man, Atlanta Bird Gang is live. Let's send the video out to different places. So please hit that like button for me. Also, again, I know it's the holiday season, man, and everybody doing a lot of different stuff. Some people have traveled, some people away from home. Some people spending time with family. So it's a little downtime. So set the like goal for the day at kind of low. But again, it's the holidays, man. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all can we get the likes up for this broadcast to 40? We made our goal, we made our like goal the last two broadcasts. So let's ring the bell for that. And thank y'all also for smashing that like button. The last two live streams, man, we have exceeded our like goal. So props and thank y'all very much for rocking with me and hitting that like button as you come in. Today's broadcast, we have set the like goal at 40 likes for the broadcast. So if we can get us 40 likes, that'll be our third consecutive live stream of hitting our like goal. So yeah, run up that like button for your dog, man. I definitely will appreciate it. Also, we still doing our commercials. As you see on the bottom where it says follow me on Facebook, Toddy Jones. Yes, follow me also on Facebook. Feel free to look me up on Facebook. All you gotta do is type in my name, Toddy Jones. I'm the only Toddy Jones on Facebook. So I'm gonna pop up immediately. There are no other Toddy Joneses on Facebook. I know because I have looked before. So follow me on Facebook, Toddy Jones. Follow me. Because I talk a lot of Falcons on my Facebook too, man. I just don't do it on the live streams on YouTube. I talk a lot of Falcons football on my Facebook page. As you get on Facebook, social media has really changed. You know what I mean? So, they say now on social media you kind of have to have a niche. And like my niche is like I talk a lot of sports, Falcons football, UGA football, just a lot of sports in general and music. So if you want to come on there and talk with me about sports and music, come on, follow through. I don't put a lot of my personal life on Facebook outside of me just putting pictures up there, but I talk a lot about sports, talk a lot about music. I try my best to stay away from like controversial topics that I notice are firewater topics like religion and things like that, because that's just such a fire starter conversation. But every now and then I'll get in my bag and I'll say something about religion or about politics. But other than that, everybody who already rock with me on Facebook, y'all know most of my posts is gonna be about sports or about music. So that's what I do. So again, follow me on Facebook, man. Follow me on Facebook. Come rap with your dog on Facebook, man. Let's go. Let's get to it, man. So now that the commercials are out of the way, let's check out and see who checking in thus far. What's up, Bernard? Appreciate you coming through, showing some love. Since Matt Ryan had the worst luck last year. Yeah, Matty Ice wasn't very good at all last year. Wasn't very good at all last year. And then I forgot to say what the topic gonna be about. Thank you, Bernard. We're doing player grades. We're also gonna talk about Matt Ryan's botched homecoming to Atlanta. That's why Bernard said that. We're not stuck in the past, but Sunday's game against the Colts, that was supposed to be Ryan's homecoming to the A. Back to the Benz, but it didn't happen. John in the building says we botched the whole Matt Ryan thing after we went after Deshaun Watson. Matt Ryan threw up the middle finger, said I'm out now. We are in a situation that we are in. Something tells me, John, even if they don't go after Deshaun Watson, I think they're probably going to trade Matt. He might have hung around. He probably. I'm saying probably because I don't know. Him and Art Smith, it seemed like they had the best relationship in 2021. But he probably comes back 2022. But I'm sure 2022 they would have got him out of there. Just the fact they pursued Watson so publicly let us know where Matt Ryan stood with his regime. So I think I really feel like even if they don't go after Deshaun Watson, they were going to get Matt Ryan out there without a doubt the following year. And that's what happens when you bring in a new regime and you got an old aging quarterback. The new regime, they're the cleanup men. They're coming in and clean everything up. They get out the old overpaid players of the past eras. The Julio Jones, get him out of here. Debo Jones, get him out of here. Matt Ryan, get him out of here. That's what the new regime does, because they don't have the emotional ties to these players that the previous regime had. So I really think regardless of what happened, if we didn't pursue Deshaun Watson, I don't think Matt Ryan would have made it past the 2022 season. I think they would have either moved him by trade, and if they had to, they would have cut him. So I don't think he would have survived regardless. And either way it goes, it ended up working out for the best for Atlanta. Because as we saw, we actually saw a little bit of it. Those of us who could call it like we saw it, we saw a good bit of it in 2020 and 2021. And you really saw him fall off the mountain in 2022. And we still were able to get a third-round pick for him. So we sold the Colts a lemon. So we really won. We really won on that. Our brother David Starks in the building. What's going on with you, David? Appreciate you coming through, showing some love, bro. How's everything going? Big Mike in the building. What's up, Mike? How you feeling, bro? Hope you had a good holiday, man. You and the family. Says what's good, sir? I'm chilling, man. Chilling like a villain. We got our bro Red Swarm in the building. Let's ring the bell for Red Swarm. Yo. What it do, my good brother? I'm chilling, man. Chilling like a villain. Cooler than the polar bear's toenail. That's the legendary big boy I said from Outkast. Appreciate you coming through, showing some love, Red Swarm. Wallace in the building. What's going on, Wallace? I'm chilling, man. Chilling, man. Can't call it, bro. Call it at all. MW in the building says, rise up. What's good, Todd? I'm chilling, MW. Appreciate you coming through, showing love as usual. Hope you doing well. Our guy, Money with the sauce in the building. My dog, Money. What's up, bro? How's everything going, man? Let's see who else we got in here. Bernard checking in. Bernard says peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you also. Our bro Travis in the building. What's up, Travis? Hope everything is going good. What's up, 478? Let's ring the bell for the 478. Y'all know we always ring the bell for the 478. So I'm not a big Matt Ryan fan, but I would have liked to have seen the reaction he would have gotten. Can't deny the impact he had on the franchise. Yeah, exactly, man. And that's why I stand with it also. No matter how you feel about Matt Ryan, you can't deny the impact he had on the franchise. And it just got to the point where, it was just time to move on from Matt Ryan. As I mentioned a little earlier, you saw the athleticism was leaving him very fast. His arm was starting to get shot with every throw. But at the end of the day, no matter how you feel about Matt Ryan, and I know he is such a polarizing topic in this fan base, one way or the other. You say Matt Ryan name, here come an argument. Here come a 4-day debate. But like Travis said, man, he wasn't the biggest Matt Ryan fan, but you wanted to see what the reaction would have been. Him coming through the tunnel of the Benz in a Colts helmet, and like out Travis also mentioned, you just can't deny the impact he had on the franchise. Just held on him a little bit too long, but it's all good. It's all good. Mike says defense solid A, so giving the defense an A already. Facebook users in the building. What's up, bro? Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. Thank you for coming through, showing us some love. Raymond Collins is in the building. Says, what's up, Todd? Hope everyone's holidays are going well. Mine are going pretty good, man. Pretty good. But it's crazy, Raymond. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna call myself a lame for this, but I'm gonna feel like a lame. Surprisingly, I didn't watch any sports yesterday, dog. As much as I love sports, dog, I didn't watch no NBA. I didn't watch any NFL. And I thought to myself when I got up, like, how did that happen? I didn't watch any sports. All that sports that was on TV, and I didn't watch any of it. That might be the first time I can recall Christmas I didn't watch any sports. Boy, I feel so bad about that. I mean, I don't feel bad, but I just feel a little bit odd. Winston checking in for the eye test. Y'all make sure to show the eye test some love also on YouTube. Says what's going on, book and chat. Smash the like button. Let's ring the bell for hitting that like button. Come on, hit that like button. What's going on? What's going on, Winch? Hope you had a good holiday yourself and also the family as well. We got our guy Uncle Steve in the building, the oldest uncle in the industry. Let's ring the bell for Uncle Steve. And make sure to check out also on YouTube there, Uncle Steve Lounge. Says, what's up, little brother? Man, I'm still walking the fine line. I've always wanted my Falcons to win, but also wanted a new head coach on the sidelines. By the way, that Nipsey Hussle debate the other day was good. It was a good debate, man. It was. Steve, we may have to revisit that debate in the off season. When we don't have a lot of football content to talk about, we'll have to revisit that Nipsey Hussle debate. But yeah, that was a good debate, man. And I made, and like I say, me on Facebook, Steve, my Facebook friend, so he see I speak a lot about sports and music. And what I said, I was watching a DJ Vlad, he had Whack 100 on there. And they revisited a statement that Wax said when he said that Nipsey wasn't a musical legend when he died. He became a legend after he passed. And I didn't speak about it like right after Nipsey passed because timing, because I like Nipsey. I'm not gonna lie and act like I was the biggest Nipsey Hussle fan when he was living, but I still like Nipsey. I love what he stood for. And I loved his mind also. You could tell he was definitely a thinker. But so right when he passed, when that first hit the internet, I didn't want to really speak on it out of respect. But now it's been some years since he passed, and when Wack first said it, I agreed with him. I'm like, well, if we're being honest, I mean, Nipsey wasn't a musical legend or rap legend when he was living. And, after he died, his legacy just grew and grew and grew and grew. And unfortunately, I'm not going to talk on this too long, I promise y'all. But unfortunately, not to say that Nipsey didn't deserve his flowers before he passed or even after he passed, but I think the fact that, unfortunately, and rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle also, But I think I'm trying to say this as respectable as I can. But I think the fact that it is in this modern technology era that we were able to look and see how Nipsey Hussle passed, that affected also his his legacy status, if that makes any sense. But we'll say that conversation for the off season. But shout out to you, Unc. I hope you and the family had a great holidays. I saw your daughter, your son, and also your wife at the game, so it looked like y'all had a good time, man. Money says great atmosphere this past Sunday. I enjoyed being in the bins. I saw your pictures there on your Facebook story, man. It looked like you had a good time. Unc says if Matt would have still been with the Colts, this game would have been Sunday night or Monday night guarantee. Let's ring the bell for that because I agree. Definitely agree with you on that. You know, that would have been definitely a marquee game. And I think it would. I think it would have been a sellout. Well, I think all Falcons games are, I guess, technically sellout. I mean, the people who actually walk into the stadium, especially if Matt was still playing at somewhat of a decent level. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he would have had to been on the Pro Bowl level, but being still an effective quarterback is what I'm trying to say. I think that would have brought everybody out, and we would have filled up the dome or the stadium. I still call it the dome. Y'all know I'm old school. I still call it the dome. Facebook user said Ritter had an awesome game this past Sunday. Let's ring the bell for Des Ritter having a great game. Yes, he did. Ritter did a fantastic job. A fantastic job by Mr. Ritter. David says supposed to be Matt Ryan's homecoming, but he fell off a cliff in 2019, and we watched his steady decline from that point. Still appreciative of the best era of Falcons football in the history of the franchise. Yeah, and I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way. Toward the end of his tenure with the Falcons, I felt like it was okay. It's time for me. It's time to get Matt out of here. Just to be blunt, I was like, time to get Matt out of here. The skill set is gone. That he never had the strongest arm, but the little arm strength that he had, that was declining rapidly. The velocity of his balls his passes were just so I was like, okay, it's time to let Matt go. But at the same time, being a Falcons fan, the Matt Ryan era was like the most successful era. We can't deny that until another quarterback comes in here and changes it. Iceman got an MVP. That's the first time that we have had a NFL MVP play for our team. And now the thing about it, say what you want to say about Matt, how he got it, who helped him get it. He got it. And nobody don't even argue whether or not he deserved. He did not deserve it. He deserved it that year. And the NFL MVP, man, like when you talking about awards, that's one of the most prestigious individual sports and all of American sports. That's one of the most prestigious awards. And we had a guy that played for our franchise that got it. We went to 2 NFC championships with him. We raised our first trophy in Atlanta in regards to football with him under center. It went to Lombardi, but NFC championship. We had never done that before. Went to 2 NFC championship games, man. So you really can't deny the impact that he had on the franchise, So it would have been good to see him come back as a player. I know when when they initially traded him to the Colts, and then they announced that the Colts would be on our schedule. I'm going back to 2022, and they announced the Colts would be on the schedule in 2023. I was like, well, I know they're gonna make that a home game for Atlanta, because that they'll have your opponents come out like I think a couple years before the season starts, but you don't know whether it's gonna be a home or away. You don't know the dates at a home or away. Those come later on. But I saw the Colts was gonna be on our schedule. I said, oh, that's gonna be a home game for Atlanta. The NFL gonna make sure that's a home game for Atlanta. Even if Arthur Blank got to make a phone call, say, hey, But yeah, it was kind of unfortunate that he did not come back to have that homecoming. Granted, he did, call one of our games earlier this year for CBS. Wallace says, Todd, I agree with you because they didn't do anything with Matt contract before they went after Deshaun. And once they didn't get, once we didn't get Deshaun, that's when they decided to just let Matt go and take the cap. Yeah, exactly, man. I think even without the Deshaun Watson thing, man, they were gonna get Matt out of there, man. I think they were making plans to go ahead and get him out of there. He would not have survived past the 2022 season, one way or the other, no matter how it went. We got our dog Big Low Country in the building. What's going on, Low? How you feeling, bro? Y'all make sure if you're not already subscribed to Low, check him out on YouTube as well, man. One of the best Falcons content creators out there. So make sure to run up the subs, run up the likes, and run up the shares. Big Low says, somebody tell Uncle Steve rehearsals at 7 p.m. Let's ring the bell for rehearsals being at 7 p.m. So Steve Big Low said, make sure that you are there at 7. He says the backup singers get there at 7, and he will fall in line somewhere around 7:45. And that's Big Low, Steve. I didn't say that now. You see what's on the screen. I did not say that, man. I did not say that. What's up, Super Contra? I think it says Super Contra 84. You remember that game, Super Contra? Are you old enough to remember Super Contra? Man, that was a good game. I used to love playing for Super Contra, boy. Says what's cracking, big dog? Yeah, this TF. I think that means Terry Fontenot will go in to move up for a quarterback. Do I think Terry Fontenot will go up to move for a quarterback in the draft? Oh man, that's a good question, man. I'm campaigning for Jaden Daniels, and in order for us to get him, we're probably gonna have to move up to get him. I'm going to assume, but I hope so. I hope so. The only other alternative I think that they would have as far as Fontenot and the quarterback goes is what we've talked about and what a lot of people are already talking about is if you trade for Justin Fields. Speaking of Justin Fields, he may be auditioning for Terry Fontenot this Sunday, bro. This might be a job audition for Justin Fields. The entire Falcons brass will be in the building. So if they don't trade up, man, I guess the next alternative would be Justin Fields. If we don't trade for a quarterback, that's my preference to trade for a quarterback. I already said, I want the 4 years of rookie contract, blah, 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 blah. But if they don't trade up for one, I think the Justin Fields trade would probably make the most sense. You got a quarterback in Fields who still would have 1 year on the rookie deal. You could exercise the 5th-year option if you choose to do that. But outside of that, man, there are really not a lot of other viable options out there. Because as we know, man, you don't have this is not like the wide receiver position or the linebacker position. You don't have quarterbacks just hit free agency. Not good ones anyway. You get backup caliber guys and the older guys, but you just don't have good quarterbacks that just, I'm going to free agency. It just don't happen, man. The position is too valuable. So, but we'll see. I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about that in the offseason. Y'all know how the offseason go when the football season is over, man. And only thing left to talk about is the draft and personnel and free agency. So I'm sure we'll talk about that in great deals as well. Facebook said I was glad football was on. I don't know how I didn't watch any sports for Christmas, bro. I don't know. I'm still questioning myself. We're like, how did I miss all this sports on TV, man? Facebook said I watched both NFL and NBA yesterday with my drinks and my recliner. Yeah, it sounded like you had a real good relaxing day, man. So I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, man. I don't know how I missed yesterday watching sports, bro. I don't. All right, bro. What's up, bro? Says Tyler, what's good? I hate to say it. It looks like this team is playing for Arthur. They do look like that, bro. Alberto, they win these next 2 games. I think we said this the last time we was on. If they win the next 2 games and they somehow sneak in the playoffs, man, that's a tough decision for Arthur Blank to make, to fire him. It would be a tough decision. If they win the next 2 games, that means we do have a winning season. We've improved 2 games, and we got into the playoffs. Especially if especially hosting a home playoff game. something that we hadn't did since that Mercedes-Benz Stadium was built. That'd be tough, man. Well, that'd be a tough decision on Mr. Blank. Very, very tough decision on Mr. Blank. What's up, Atlanta supporter? How you doing, bro? So Todd, I was the biggest Nipsey Hussle fan. I got some paintings in my room. I got it from the Falcons Stadium, and they played Nipsey Hussle music in the stadium as well. Okay, so that's dope, bro. That's dope. I was a fan of him too when he was here. Like I said, I wasn't the biggest Nipsey fan, but I was a fan of him. What made me take notice of Nipsey? Probably like a lot of people, who's maybe not from Cali, but when he had his mixtape, I forgot what it was named. Was it the Crenshaw mixtape? But he sold it for $100. And at first I was like, man, who this dude is? Think he gonna sell a mixtape for $100? Mixtape / independent album, whatever you want to call it. But like, who is this guy? Then I started, I'm like, yeah, that is pretty genius, though. Like that's pretty genius. I like that. I respect the hustle, man. I respect the grind. And then I think Jay-Z ended up buying like 100 copies, and the rest is history. He started taking off from that point going forward. Goated_solos. What's going on? How you doing, man? Hope you had a very good holiday season. Appreciate you coming through, showing some love. Big Low says it's the Picasso effect with Nipsey, Toddy. People appreciate you more when you're gone. RP to Nip. Let's ring the bell for that. And that's definitely what it was. That is definitely what it was. And very well said also, because his legacy definitely just shot off, after his passing. In comparison to when he was here, he wasn't the biggest star or nothing like that. He didn't have a huge following on like Instagram and Twitter, but he was on the rise. But it's just the unfortunate thing about that, man. You had somebody that young and just that great, and it just wasn't music, man. It was like, the stem cell stuff he was doing, having the first smart store, his thoughts on entrepreneurship. I feel like he had a lot of great things to offer to this world, and unfortunately, just more senseless violence, man. Go to Solo says, "Go Falcons, let's go. Hopefully, we make the playoffs, beat the Aints and the Bucks, lose, and we might be out of there." I agree with you on that. Diva in the building. What's up, Diva? Appreciate y'all coming through, showing some love. Diva says, "What's up?" Hashtag free Kyle Pitts. Let's ring the bell to free Kyle Pitts. We're still on the free Kyle Pitts campaign. Please sign me an offensive coordinator and quarterback for the new year. I already know Arthur Smith is staying. Shaking my head. So y'all, Diva said that. Diva says she already know Arthur Smith is staying. It's gonna be interesting. Like I say, a moment ago, if he win these next two games, Falcons going to a playoffs, man. It'll be tough to let him go, man. It'll be tough to let him go. I assume that even though Mr. Arthur Blank say he don't really get into personnel decisions, I would assume Diva, if they do decide to keep him, they're probably gonna call some kind of meeting within the minds and say, hey, what's the plan for quarterback, dog? I try to stay out with your interior front, no do it for personnel, but look, what's the plan? What I need to know the plan now. And Ritter can't be the plan. Atlanta Sports says Nipsey Hussle fell for the Malcolm X of LA. Shout out to LA, also one of my favorite cities in the world. I always have a great time when I go out there to LA, man. I love Los Angeles. I love the diversity of Los Angeles, and I like the food too. I like the food. I like to be a tourist. I know some people, the natives of LA, they say things about LA, but to me, when you go out to Los Angeles, man, there's a lot of stuff to see just being a tourist when you go to LA. Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Sunset Strip, Rodeo Drive, Venice Beach, Malibu Beach. Just a whole lot, man. A whole lot of history there. Hollywood Bowl. I love LA. Staples Centers or LA Live. There's a lot of stuff to do down there. I know I went one year around Christmas time, and they had built a real big ice skating ring out there. Just a lot of stuff to do. And if you're like a big movie buff, which I know a lot of y'all have already told me that you are, you can always go see. Oh, they filmed this here, they filmed this here, they filmed this here, all that stuff, man. So it's pretty cool. One time um, I went to the Friday house where Friday was filmed there with Craig and Smokey and Miss Parker house. Went to Watts where they filmed some of Minister Society yet. Nicholson Garden projects, training day. I do the hood tour too, man. I've been Compton, man. I've been all up in Compton. Like I say, Watts. I've been in and out of LA, man. I love LA. Facebook says A-Rod has plenty of MVPs and some in his group still call him a joker. A-Rod. Aaron Rodgers. Okay. I didn't know whether you meant the baseball A-Rod or the basketball. Not basketball or the football A-Rod. I don't know if I would call Aaron Rodgers a choker. Maybe you could say he has had some disappointing playoff appearances. But if you just look at the numbers on Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, he's been good. I don't think it's all on him. As much as us fans like to put winning and losses solely on the quarterback, just like the Falcons Super Bowl when we lost with Matt Ryan, like you can't realistically say we lost because of Matt Ryan. You can't say that. You cannot blame Matt Ryan for losing the Super Bowl. Now, if you want to say he made a mistake toward the end of the game that assisted in us losing the Super Bowl, that's fine. But so did a lot of other players as well. Facebook said, I don't think they decided to let Matt go. He requested a trade. That is true, but I will say this. Technically, you're right, but they knew going into it. Look, if we go after Deshaun Watson, we're done with Matt Ryan. They knew how the chain reaction was gonna go. If you publicly go after Deshaun and then y'all talking on the phone like, look, Matt, we're trying to do this with Deshaun, blah 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 blah. They knew what the reaction from Matt Ryan was gonna be. That's gonna be the natural reaction of any franchise quarterback who was drafted to a team and he has been there 14 years. So they knew what it was. I mean, technically you are right. Matt did request it to be traded, but they knew, and they like, I won't say they didn't care, but they didn't care. Like it's time for you to go anyway. We're trying to upgrade this quarterback position. Antonio in the building. What's up, Antonio, man? Appreciate you coming through, show some love. Hope everything is going good for you. Diva in the building, so don't forget to hit the like button. Show Titus. So yes, let's ring the bell. Hit the like button. Our like goal for today is 40 likes. So let's try to get it up to 40 likes if we can. That's our like goal. We have, and as I said earlier, for people who might be just coming in, the last two live streams we have hit our like goal. So make sure that you do hit the like button, and also feel free to follow me on Facebook as well. Please. Let's see what comment we left off on. I got Abel checking in. What's going on with the big dog super chat? Appreciate that, Abel. Thank you so much for always showing some love, coming through and supporting the show, man. I definitely appreciate that. Appreciate you as well. Says Toddy, what's up? What's up, Toddy? If we win out, does Atlanta fire Smith? Oh, Abel done put me on the hot seat. Abel, you watch the show a lot. I like to pride myself on being objectively honest about this team. And people Abel, you about to get me in trouble, dog. People gonna get mad at me in these comments. But I gotta keep it 100. If the Falcons win out, I don't think they're gonna fire Arthur Smith, bro. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's ring the bell for me being honest. If he wins, I don't think they're gonna fire him. I don't. I think winning or losing season gonna determine his fate. We lose against Chicago, that means we're gonna finish here with a losing season and blank gonna let him go at the end of the season. If we win out, That means we're gonna finish the regular season at 9-8 with a winning season. I think Blake gonna bring it back. Just my onions opinions, and let's beat the drum for that super chat. Appreciate y'all as always, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Facebook user says, "How can I get my name to the show?" There's a link on Facebook. Wherever, just go up top where the caption is written at. You might have to click, but there's gonna be a clickable link. And you click that link, and it allows the StreamYard software to show your name and profile picture, just like everybody else as well. And Tony Holloway says, "Just don't get Ryan Tannehill. Please don't get Ryan Tannehill. Please don't. Atlanta supporters said, I want Justin in Atlanta. I'm calling it. Now, it may happen, man. It may you know that's gonna be the talk of the offseason in regards to Falcons talk. You know, Facebook used I'll take Jane Daniels. Ring the bell for Jane Daniels. Me too. We on the same plateau as far as that go. The same plateau. All right, y'all. So and Johnny Arson, hit that like button. Please hit that like button, man. Please hit that like button. Please hit the like button. Dave says, "What's up, Tidy? What's going on, Dave? Hope you had a good holiday, man." Says, "It is all about watching for player development. The rest of the way." So Dave that gave up on the season. Let's ring the bell for Dave giving up on the season. They say, "Hey, man, I'm just watching the young guys at this point, man. I want to see what LaCole London got in him. I want to see what Big Nate Landman got in him. I want to see what Clark Phillips III got in him." They say, "Man, this team ain't gonna do nothing." Hey, what's going on, Dave? Hey, but y'all continue to keep the comments coming, man. Let me go ahead and jump to the player grades. If y'all know me, I'll start talking, and I'll forget to do the player grades again, as I have a couple times this year. Johnny also says, "What's happening, Todd? Happy holidays. Happy holidays to yourself and your family also as well, man. Appreciate you coming through and showing some love, Johnny." We got our guy Alvin Cross in the building, so still let him go. He's talking about Arthur Smith, I do suppose. Let's see who else we got in here. So I'm predicting Matt Ryan will be next year on the staff. Maybe so. Maybe so. And speaking of Matt Ryan, yeah, like just get to that, just touching on, you know, the other topic before we go to the player grades. It would have been cool, I think, to see Matt come back. Even though he would have been in a Colts helmet, man. Just to walk through the tunnel, you know, with the Colts, you know. And I know we did give him his love, his flowers when he came back with CBS to commentate the game, but it just would have been cool, you know, him coming through as a player. And I know they would have did something special for him before the game started. And maybe after the game also, you know, just him come out there with his Colts teammates. And then just let the fans, you know, hey, stand up, give him his standing ovation, you know. And just, you know, just that part of it. And we thought we was going to have that when he originally signed with the Colts. I don't even think the biggest Matt Ryan critics saw him falling totally off the cliff like he did. But he did eventually fall off the cliff, and you know, we never got to see that matchup. That would have been a good matchup because y'all know Matt Ryan is a high character guy, but you know, hey, he's a football player, man. If you're in the NFL, you got some competitiveness in you. So you know he'd have been coming trying to do it to us, man. Matt would have came Sunday, he was gonna try his best to do it to us, especially in front of the coach and the general manager that kind of got him out of here. Oh, he'd have tried to do it to us. Matt would have tried to go for 450 and 5 touchdowns on us, man. He would have really tried to do it to us. Just like when Vic came back. I don't know if y'all remember Philadelphia when Vic came back. Oh, Vic was trying to do it to us. Vic was trying to do it to us. And you could see it. You could see it in Vic's body language. I remember Philly was winning that game for a good amount of time before we came back and we ultimately won it. But they was winning the game, and I remember I think we tackled Vic or something like that, and they jumped it. And see, I love this. I love to see this from the Falcons. But they jumped in Mike Vic's face, started talking that junk to him. And then Vic pointed at the scoreboard and said, "Look at the scoreboard." But we ended up winning. But it was cool. It was just like when Vic came back, it was just so much in that game. It was so much in it. And I remember how the fans reacted to Mike Vick, surprisingly, because there was a lot of stuff with how Vic left, you know, the whole dog situation, we won't get into all that. But to my surprise, there was a whole lot. I mean, maybe not so much to my surprise, but I was surprised how many people still came back and when they said Mike Vick name, there was not as much booing as I thought there would be, based on the circumstances of how Mike left. A lot of people still showed him love and all that, and also a lot of people did. There was some boos came out when they said his name as well. The way Matt Ryan left, I don't think he would have got any boos, and being that he was here for 14 years, I just think the reaction to both players would have been different. But again, Matt did get his flowers. He got it standing over when they came back from PBS. They came on the screen. They had some specials going for him on the Jumbotron. And then also on the flip side, when Vic came back for the Legends game in 2016, we went to the Super Bowl, and they called his name. That's when Vic got his love and his flowers, when everybody went crazy. There was no booing, no booing at all, because by that time, virtually most of everybody's hard feelings about being left with the dog situation, we had got past that. And Mike Vick had did something that he probably should have did year before, but he finally said, Atlanta, I'm sorry. Y'all know as Falcons fans, man, Southern hospitality, man. You tell us you're sorry, okay, we'll accept your apology, man. Welcome back home. So when Vic when he wrote that, I guess he maybe took out an ad, I don't know, but Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and he said, look, Atlanta, I'm sorry. I let y'all down. I disappointed y'all. I was immature. I'm very, very sorry. Can I come back home? Man, come on back home. Fix you a plate, grab something to drink, man. You family. And, that's just how we rock as Falcons fans, man. And that going back to when I said the other week, when we go to games, we don't really boo our team. That's just our demeanor as Falcons fans, man. So we welcome Vic back to the flock, and now he's an ambassador for the Falcons. He's probably one of their best marketing tools that they utilize anytime they can. Michael Vick, so he welcome back home, and I'm sure when it's time for Matt Ryan and also Julio Jones, let's ring the bell for Julio. Let's ring the bell for Julio Jones too. You know what I'm saying? I'll ring the bell for Julio too. Let's show Julio his love and his respect too. Similar to Mike Vick when Julio left here. He left here in very unsavory circumstances. We'll just say that, the way he walked out the door. And a lot of people are like, man, F Julio, Some people still feel like that, man, F Julio. And I ain't mad at you if you feel that way, because, he left here and y'all know he went on national TV and, said what he said. But when Julio hang up the cleats, which I think will be at the end of the season, please, Julio, please don't be that boxer that don't know when to say I quit. But anyway, when Julio officially retire, it is time for him to come back to the crib. Time for him to come back home. We're gonna treat him just like we treated Mike Vick. Man, go ahead and fix your plate, grab you something to drink, man, and come in here and let's play some cards and talk that SHIT. That's how we are as Falcons fans, man. That's just how we rock. There may be still a slight few people still want to hold a grudge against Mike Vick, still want to hold a grudge against Julio, but they're of the very, 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 very minute percentage of the fan base, to the point where they really don't matter. For real, they really don't matter. Because we love and we respect our greats. So when Matt comes back for his Ring of Honor ceremony, which as a Falcons fan, I hope him and Julio do it together. I really do. Because that was our, even though I know, guys, it didn't come with no Super Bowls, but that was our Joe Montana and our Jerry Rice. So I think it would be so dope if they do their Ring of Honor ceremony together. So whenever that happen, they come back, because y'all know they both gonna go in just like that. They ain't gonna make them wait like they done did some players. They go in just like that. So when they do their Ring of Honor ceremony, man, we're gonna show them a bunch of love, and we're gonna show them a bunch of respect. That's just how we do as Falcons fans, man. It's just how we rock. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, I hope they both officially, because Matt Ryan still ain't retired officially. So I'm hoping they both will officially retire next season. and we'll do a dual ceremony for the Ring of Honor, and then we'll wait and see as far as their Hall of Fame goes. But God willing, I'll be at the Ring of Honor ceremony when they have it together or they have it separately. Got to make sure I make it. I like going to Ring of Honor ceremonies. Ward Dunn's. I remember I went to Roddy White's, and they put Roddy in just like that. Just like that. And Roddy was one of the few people who was a Falcon for life. He was a true Falcon for life, man. But shout out to, let's ring the bell for the Iceman. Let's ring the bell for Matt Ryan. No matter how you felt about Matt, greatest Falcons quarterback ever. That includes Michael Vick, y'all. I'm sorry. Greatest quarterback ever. Holds essentially all the quarterback franchise records in Atlanta. Super Bowl, we know how that ended. 2 NFC championship games, 1 first team All Pro, 4 Pro Bowls. You know what I mean? So he for the Falcons. I know we gave Matt Ryan a lot of flack, a lot of criticism, but I'm gonna end the Matt Ryan talk on this, and then we'll go to the player grades. Based on the franchise he was drafted to, he did nothing but great things for us. Because we got a very good quarterback overall who came to a notoriously bad team. And I will say, I think Matt gave it everything he had. He left it all on the field. He wasn't the most athletic guys we know. Definitely one of the fastest guys we know. Did not have the biggest arm as we know. But you know what? He left it all on the field. And I feel like he represented the franchise on and off the field as well as we could have asked him to. So even though we didn't get the Matt Ryan homecoming with the Colts this past game, we still ring the bell and we'll salute the Iceman. All right, so let's get to the player grades. Let's get to these grades. As if this is your first time joining us in our player grade segment, we use a scholastic grading system to grade our players based on the last game against the Colts. A plus, absolutely perfect. Great job, great, excellent game. From an F, you're a bum. You played like trash that game. You play like that again, we may cut you, sir. So I'll say a name and make sure that you do drop your grades in the comment section, please. We notoriously always start with defense, so there's no reason to change it this week, is it? So let's start with defense again, y'all. Give me a second here. Let's go to these stats. My computer is my laptop is moving slow. I should have restarted before I got on live. But let's see who we're gonna start with defense this week. There we go. Man, it's a lot of defensive stats, man. We're probably gonna be able to touch everybody, but we got a lot of people on here, man. Let's start with somebody I don't think we've only graded but once on the show. Let's start with DeMarco Helms. From Bama. But DeMarco Helms, had a total of 7 tackles, 5 solo tackles. He assisted on 2 tackles. He also had a tackle for loss. So, what grade would y'all give DeMarco Helms? And while you put your grades in, I'm gonna just repeat his stat line again. He had a total of 7 tackles, 5 solo tackles. He assisted on 2 tackles, and he had 1 tackle for loss. So please make sure to drop your grades in the comments for DeMarco Helms, please. Clay Murray, what's up, bro? Clay Murray says he gives him an A. Ava says A plus. Dave said, I remember a lot of this fan base wanted the Falcons to draft Glenn Dorsey. Let me raise my hand because I was actually in that group of people that wanted the Falcons to get Glenn Dorsey, and we all know that would have been an utter mistake. Yeah, but a lot of us wanted Glenn Dorsey. David says a B. Around the ball, the rookie will be the steal of the draft class. Facebook user says a B plus. Clayton Murray says B, like his improvement week by week. I do too. Showing he is actually developing. Yes, you can see the development of the guy. Facebook user says a B. The Autobot says I like the kid. B plus. Good grade. MacTown, what's going on? How you feeling, bro? B plus for MacTown. Anthony Moss, a B minus. Diva gives him a B plus. Raymond Collins says a B. Alex Too Real in the building. What's going on, Alex? How you feeling, bro? Says B plus. Still of the draft. Once he works on his coverage, he may be a problem. Let's ring the bell for that. Alex also says, "What's up, Toddy? How you doing?" Hey, I'm doing great, man. Doing great. What about yourself, man? Hope you had a good Christmas, bro. You and your family. But yeah, we are grading DeMarco Helms. Any other grades coming in for Helms? So we will go to our next player. And those are some real good grade for Helms also. You know, like somebody said in the comment section, he may end up being a steal of the draft. So great grade for DeMarco Helms. Good game for Helms also, man. Let's now go to, man, we got a lot of defensive stats this week, y'all. We're not gonna be able to hit everybody. Let's go to our first round pick a few years back, Mr. AJ Terrell. Mr. Terrell, stat line. He had a total of 5 tackles. He had actually 4 solo tackles. He assisted on 1 tackle. No passes defended. No interceptions. And again, we are grading AJ Terrell. Y'all make sure to drop your grades in the comment section for AJ Terrell. I will give you that stat line again for AJ. 5 tackles, 4 solo tackles. He also assisted on 1 tackle. So if you would please be so kind and drop the grades in the comments for me for AJ Terrell. And Antoine, Wartime TV. What's up, Antoine? How you feeling, bro? What's going on? 478 in the building also, bro. He says a B for AJ. Rusty says when Helms hits a ball carrier, they go down. Tate Richard banging on Richard Grant. Facebook user says a B. Antoine Wartime says an A. Abel says an A, shutdown corner. Facebook user says my name's still not coming up. Just Kevia Cloud, B plus. What's going on, Kevia? Yeah, it should be like hold on a second. Let me see. I'm gonna try to get to it while I do the show. Give me just a second. David Starr says a B plus. We can always depend on AJ the tackle. Yeah, yes, David. That's one thing I do really like from AJ Terrell, man. Especially at his size. Y'all know a lot of cornerbacks, they'll make a business decisions and they try to avoid tackling. But man, AJ, he comes up. He pursues a ball carrier like a linebacker. I'm not saying he tackles as good as a linebacker. I'm not saying he hits as hard as a linebacker, but how he pursues. You can tell like he's not afraid of contact one bit at all. So yeah, that's what I like about AJ also as well. All right, so give me a second here. I'm gonna get this link and send to you, Kevia. Let me see. Clay Murray says AJ C plus. That pass interference was dumb and smart, so he gives him a C plus. Anthony Moss gives him a B. Rich Blackman in the building. Rich, what's going on? How you doing, bro? Hope you and your family had a good holiday. Rich gives him a minus. Also, Kevia, I'm just posting the link in the comment section of Facebook. So I just posted in Facebook. Just click on that link that I just posted in Facebook, and that'll allow your name to pop up. MacTown says a B for AJ. He has been having lots of penalties called on him. Diva says AJ gets a C plus. I'm still not liking some of his choices. Facebook user says B plus. Stay around the ball. Like Too Real says a B. Raymond Collins says a B for AJ. Rich Blackman said I went to one of your old streams and then the StreamYard link. I just clicked on it and allowed my Facebook name to show. Yeah, it's still there. It's at the bottom of it. There are actually 2 links in there at the second link also. But I just sent it to him. I just put it in the comments. The Autobots is B plus for AJ. All right. So AJ got some pretty good grades also. So that's a good thing. Good things, guys on defense are getting good grades. So let's go to our next person. Let's see who we gonna go with, y'all. Let's go with I don't think I'm gonna do him. Somebody just mentioned him, so let's do him. Let's go with Richard Grant. Richard Grant is probably like the most most polarizing person that we do grade when we grade people. But let's grade Richard Grant for yesterday's. Well, not yesterday. I'm so used to saying yesterday. For Sunday's game. Richard Grant had a total of 5 tackles, 4 solo tackles. He assisted on 1 tackle. He had 1 tackle for loss. He had 1 quarterback hit. He also had 1 forced fumble. He also had 1 sack. Ooh, so Richard Grant, he was all over the stat box. Yeah, so drop your grade in the comment section for Richard Grant for me if you don't mind. I'll repeat his stat line. Richard Grant had a total of 5 tackles, 4 solo tackles. He assisted on 1 tackle, 1 tackle for loss, 1 quarterback hit, 1 forced fumble. He also had. So what grade would you give for Richie Grant in Sunday's game? Rustin says a B for AJ. I would like him to play the ball more and work on his ball skills. I feel like that would cut down on some of his pass interference penalties. I can agree to that also. Clay Mercer's Harrison. We are going to actually grade Harrison this week. We're going to grade him also. D says A for Grant. David starts C, not as bad as he normally is, but he's still out of position on some plays. Kivia, well, there you go, Kivia. Your information popped up. This is B plus. He's been lost for a while. Yep, I think he played better this week, but he had a pretty rough stretch there a few games back. Clayton Mercer's he gives Richard Grant a B. He wants him to be more consistent. I agree with that also. And that's been like one of the biggest knocks on Richard Grant Clayton. It's like his consistency. Like he'll have one game, like this past game, where like, man, he's showing some promise. Like he done finally got together. Then he'll come out of the very next game, he'll be terrible. He'll give up 2 touchdowns, and one of them be the game-winning touchdown. So he just gotta get more consistent. Anthony Moss is C plus. He's still getting cooked off the line by tight ends. But that's another conversation. I can definitely understand. Sean, what's up, Sean? Says the weakest link in the starting lineup. Give him a C plus. That ain't bad. That's not bad. C plus ain't bad. Abel says a B plus. Raymond Collins says a B minus. Stumbling into a good play. So I think Raymond said he making good plays by accident. Mac Towns says B plus for Grant, only for this past game. And that goes back to that little inconsistency when he said only for this past game. Russell says he is tiny for the position, but I think Grant would play better at hybrid linebacker role. He needs to learn how to tackle though, but he is a good blitzer. Alvin Cross gives him a B. And we are grading Richie Grant. Y'all, any other grades for Richie Grant before we go to our next player? Any other grades for Richie Grant? I'm trying to think who we're going to do next, man. There's a lot of options on defense this week. Goodness gracious. We put some numbers up on defense, man. We put some numbers up this last game. The Autobot says he had a good game, B plus. Look like they cut his snaps. Yep, they did. All right, so let's go to our next player on defense. Let's go to old Nate Dogg, Big Nate Landman, who has been a pleasant surprise thus far for the Falcons, without a doubt. After losing Troy Anderson for the season due to injury, Nate Landman has stepped up and has played some good football for us so far. But you guys be the judge of how he played against the Colts this past Sunday. Here's Nate's stat line. He had a total of 9 tackles. 7 of those tackles were solo tackles, which led the team. He assisted on 2 tackles, and that's it. No forced fumbles or sacks or anything like that. But I'm going to give y'all Nate Landman's stat line once again. He had a total of 9 tackles. He assisted on 7 tackles. And he had 7 solo tackles. Pardon me. He assisted on 2 tackles. for a total of 9 tackles. So what grade would y'all give Nate Landman for this past game, please? Sean says, I see everybody feels about the same for Grant. Alvin Crosses says, let's grade Ritter. Oh, what his clipboard holding? David starts an A+ tackling machine. Dirty Bird says A+. That dude can't do nothing wrong. Antoine Wartime says A. Love his player linebacker. David says Landman A. He done took Troy's job. Anthony says B. He made key stops when needed. Sean says dude a very short tackler. B+. He is, man. He's a good tackler. You're right. It's very rare that he misses a straight up tackle. The Autobot said Nate Dawg A+. Davis is also getting better in coverage. Big Nate, he is, man. They get better in coverage, man. They talking about Nate too slow to cover. Nate says, shoot, bro. Shoot. Ain't no 40 time on Desire and Heart. Rusty says a B. Clayton says Landman gets an A. His presence not on the stats. McTown says A. Sign him for real. Kivia says A. Been a diamond in the rough. I agree. Abel says Landman needs an extension ASAP. A+ because he's constantly good. Let's ring the bell for that. I definitely agree. I definitely agree, man. He needs an extension ASAP. That's our new starter. You're not getting that job back, Troy, just like Diva said. Remy Collins says, hey, go and get that man signed, Terry. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's go ahead and sign, Terry. Let's go ahead and get him re-signed tomorrow, Terry. Y'all look like, hey, man, Nate played a great game. You know, it reflected in the grades that we also gave him also here as well. Alex Turrell says A+. You're starting not to surprise me anymore. Ooh, that's a big statement because you're right. When he makes plays all over the ball and coverage getting better, yep. Somebody else mentioned the same thing, and you're right. It's starting to get to the point now where it don't even surprise you anymore. You know, it's just what it is. That's just Nate. He's just good like that. You know, I think for the first 6-7 games, we were surprised, like, is he gonna be able to keep this up? You know, this guy ain't supposed to be this good, but he continues to ball. So let's move on. Another week. Nate Dawg grade side very good. So we're starting to become accustomed to that now. Let's go to his tag team partner in crime, Caden Ellis, our other starting linebacker. Let me give you his stat sheet or stat line. Caden Ellis had a total of 10 tackles on Sunday, which led the team 10 tackles. He had 5 tackles. He assisted on 5 tackles. Caden Ellis had 3 tackles for loss on Sunday. 3 tackles for loss. 1 quarterback hit. 1 sack. He also had 1 pass defended. Let me give you the stat line again for Caden Ellis because that was a lot. That was a lot. So let me give it to you again. He had 10 total tackles, 5 solo tackles. He assisted on 5 tackles. He had 3 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit, 1 sack, and he defended on 1 pass. So if y'all don't mind, drop your grade for me in the comments for Caden Ellis, please. Let me go up here. Sean says those linebackers is the heart and soul of the defense. I agree. I like our linebacker core, man. I like our linebacker duo of Caden and Nate, man. I like that. And they both, still pretty relatively young as well. So they both could potentially get better. Winston Landman has been the second best player on this defense behind Bates. And there's a smaller gap than people think. Ooh, that's a big statement. And that's including grading, Anyamata, and AJ. A for the game, A+ for the season. Let's ring the bell for that. Diva says A for Ellis. Uncle Steve says Caden A, all over the place. He was all over the place on Sunday, man. He played like a madman possessed. Sean says A for him and Landman, tick for tack. I like it, man. And it seemed like they got that chemistry too. Sometimes you just see linebackers, they just look like they work perfectly in sync with one another. That's what I'm starting to see from Nate Dogg and Caden. Kivia says A. Dude is a monster. Rua, RUA, I hope I said the name right. Says the A plus player of the week. He might get it. Have they released it yet? He may win. Anthony Moss says A. Ellis is a dog. Abel says Ellis A. Talk about getting all his money for. Yeah, him and just Bates. Ken Lewis in the building. What's going on, Ken? How you feeling, man? Says a A. Ken gives him an A. Antoine gives him an A plus. David says a great job occupying blisters for most of the sacks we had. Clayton says Ellis A plus. He's showing they want to be here. Love the attitude. I do too. The Autobot says Ellis gets an A plus. Him and Nate like twins out there. That chemistry. Raymond Collins says A plus. Alex says A plus. Ellis is a dog with play recognition and a pass rush. Winston says A. Ellis has been low key a dog all season. I agree. Clayton says like that Nelson brought him in with him. I agree with that also. Dirty Bird 08 says A plus. They set the tone for the defense. Woo. Man. Wow, those some great grades for Caden Ellis, but man, he played a great game on Sunday. So that's very well deserved. Very well deserved. Let's ring the bell for Caden Ellis balling out of control on Sunday. Great game for Caden, man. Great game. So we'll go to our next player on defense. Let's see who we got, man. We're gonna have to kind of cut it down a little bit because everybody on defense put up numbers, man. Everybody put up numbers. Let's grade the old man. Let's see what y'all think. Let's see what our grandpa of the defense, what y'all think he did. And we talking about, of course, Calais Campbell, who we don't grade a lot on the show, but we're gonna grade him today. Calais had a total of 3 tackles, 1 solo tackle. He assisted on 2 tackles. He had 1 tackle for loss. He had 3 quarterback hits. And also 1.5 sacks. And I'm going to repeat that for you. We are grading Calais Campbell. He had a total of 3 tackles. He had 1 solo tackle, assisted on 2 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 3 quarterback hits, and 1.5 sacks yesterday. Well, I keep saying yesterday. Sunday for Calais Campbell. So what grade would y'all give for Calais Campbell for Sunday's game? Travis says an A for Ellis, top 10 free agent signing this year. Diva says Campbell B plus, the quarterback hits and sacks. David Starr says an A, sack and a half, a lived in that backfield. Antoine says an A. Ken Lewis says a B plus. Anthony Moss says A. The old man was beating double teams and still getting in the backfield. He was. Abel says Calais A plus. He's not playing like an old man. Let's ring the bell for that, playing like a young man. Let's ring the bell for the old man playing like a young man. Almost 40 years old and playing like he's 27. And also providing a lot of veteran mentorship in the locker room. Money well spent. Money, $7 million well spent. Good job. Good job, Falcons. Alex says A plus. Campbell's moving like he just got. Yeah, he was. The old man playing like a young man. Kivia says A. We need to bring him back another year. I'm not against it, man. If we can sign him a similar money, hey, roll the dice. We don't have a franchise quarterback contract on the book, so that's a good thing. When you got a lot of salary cap flexibility, you can say, hey, I'll roll the dice another year. I like what I saw. I rolled a nice another year. I'll give you $7.5 million for another year. Let's go. Winston said, imagine the offense played close to what they did on Sunday all season. We wouldn't be talking about winning the division. We would be talking about conference position. Yeah. If the offense matched the defense, I'm adding on to what you said. If the offense played all season like they did Sunday, we would have clinched the division already. And we'd be talking about playing Logan Woodside, maybe. We'll be playing our young guys so the starters don't get hurt. Sean says B had good push all day that he did. Raymond says A, old man was banging he was out there, banging on the Colts all Sunday long. You were absolutely correct. Antoine says A for his veteran presence, and I would love for you to bring him back one more year. Hey, I'm with it, man. I'm with it. I think he's earned it, man. As long as he ain't asking for nothing crazy, I'm all for it, bro. Uncle Steve says Calais is B plus. He's not just a novelty player anymore. I agree. He's a force to be reckoned with now. It seems like he done hit his stride. You would think that his play would kind of fall off toward the end of the year based on his age. But it's like he's getting better as the year goes longer, you know? So I'm all for it. The Autobot says A for Calais is bringing back this to help Grady was talking about. You're right. Clayton said that Campbell B plus. Love the pressure he gave on the quarterback. But we got to get sacks on the quarterbacks that should have been a sack. Winston says the B plus. He's shown he was an old man on a pass hoorah. Ritter and Smith failed him. All right, so the old man got some good grades, man. Great game for the old guy. Let's see who we'll go to next, y'all. Like I said, so many people on defense just put up numbers, man. I'm gonna feel bad because we're not gonna be able to cover everybody. This is probably gonna be our last defender we cover. But we put numbers on the scoreboard on defense this game, y'all. I haven't seen the stat sheet filled up like this all year for the Falcons. We put numbers up on the scoreboard. If this was baseball, we'd have had 22 runs. We put numbers up everywhere on the scoreboard. But I think this will be our last person that we do on defense. We're gonna do we just did the old man, right? We just did the old man with Calais. Now we're gonna do the baby of the defense. We did the old man, now we're gonna do the baby. So we're gonna get the baby. I think this is the first time we've graded our baby of the defense. And I'm speaking of Mr. Zach Harrison. Let's do Zach Harrison. Zach Harrison had a total of 3 tackles, and all of those were solos. 3 tackles and also 3 solo tackles. He had 1 tackle for loss. He had 2 quarterback hits, and he had a team-leading 2 sacks. He had 2 sacks. Also, Big Boy had 1 pass deflected also. So let me give you those numbers again. Zach Harrison, y'all. He had 3 total tackles. 3 of those tackles were solo tackles. He had 1 tackle for loss, 2 quarterback hits, 2 sacks, 1 pass defended. What grade would y'all give for Zach Harrison this past Sunday? Please drop your grades in the comment section for me, please. Diva says, base to the Pro Bowl, no grade needed. Yeah, he definitely Pro Bowl. And he should go first team All-Pro team. But yeah, you were right. He is definitely Pro Bowl. David Starr says, A, 2 sacks and pushes man back to the quarterback affecting throws. Dirty Bird 08 says B plus, heir apparent to a Calais. I like it. Clayton says Harrison gets an A plus. He shows development and consistency. I don't think that's his ceiling either. I agree with you on that. Very well said, Clayton. Kiva says A. Think he's going to get better too. I think so too. He just keeps developing, man. He's definitely going to get better. Hopefully that'll be the pass rusher that we've been looking for decades upon decades, man. The Autobot says A for Zach. A for the whole defense. They showed out. Let's ring the bell for the whole defense showing out. Because you're right. We gave up that first touchdown and we just shut them down the rest of the game. Their offense was nothing after the first touchdown. It's like, that's all y'all going to get. We're going to spot y'all 7 and that's it. Y'all going to get nothing else. Nothing else. Uncle Steve says, Zach Attack, A plus. Please don't be Beasley. Please don't be Vic Beasley. That's the last person that we need you to be. Please don't be Vic Beasley. Diva says Harrison gets an A. Anthony Moss is A. I think the light bulb is finally kicking in for him. Alex Too Real, B plus. He's starting to get in the rhythm, and I see some dog in him. Let's ring the bell for that. Raymond says an A. Abel says the B plus, excited about his future. Diva says, Bear Rain defense even look better in the red zone. Let's ring the bell for that. Ring the bell for the defense looking better in the red zone. Ring the bell for that. Winston's an A. Harrison is flashing exactly when he was supposed to. He's on the schedule, and if he keeps it up, it's going to drive down Campbell's number, excuse me. He wants to come back for another season. Ken says an A. So, man, these were great grades for the baby of the bunch, Zach Harrison, man. He played a great game, man. I was kind of shocked watching him. I'm like, boy, Zach is out here. He's just balling. He balled out of control. Like, whatever you ate for breakfast, eat it all year long, sir. Travis is an A. A for Zach Harrison. Okay, let's ring the bell for that. I like that nickname, Zach Harrison. I like that. That name would definitely stick if he continues to develop and improve. I like that name. I definitely like it. And like I said, y'all, that's going to be our last defender, man, because, like, so many guys put up numbers, man. I mean, we could have did, but Dupree, he put up numbers. Even Mike Hughes, Clark Phillips, man, so many guys put up numbers. This is probably going to be the first time all year we don't do Jesse Bates. But we just had so many guys on defense to put up numbers, man. And we don't have that much time to do everybody because we still got to do the offense. But props to the defense, man. They played a hell of a game. So let's go to our offense, man. Then we're going to wrap this up. Let's see who we're going to start with on the offense. Let's see. Let's start with the old man of the offense, Cordero Patterson. Let's start with CP. He had 7 rushing attempts for 26 yards. The longest rush of the day was 11 yards. He had 2 receptions for 7 yards. Longest reception of the day was 11 yards. I don't know how that worked out. He was targeted 2 times. But again, we are grading Cordero Patterson. 7 rushing attempts for 26 yards. Longest rush of the game was 11 yards. He had 2 catches for 7 yards. Also, no touchdowns. What grade would y'all give for CP against the Colts? So if you don't mind, drop your grades for Cordero Patterson in the comment section also. And let's see what we get for Cordero. All right, so Diva says Cordero gets a B. So B for Cordero Patterson. Ken Lewis says a C+, says he needs more touches. David Stark says a C. Missed the hole. That should have been a bigger game. He's also lost his burst. He has. He's lost that burst that made him very effective those first 2 years. He still has that that toughness in him and the ability to deliver a hit and pick up an extra 1, 2, sometimes 3 yards. But just that burst, he has lost that. And that probably the injury priority accelerated that along with his age. Whether or not he can ever get that back with an offseason is probably unlikely. But who knows? Who knows? I like Patterson, but don't know if he'll be back next year unless he's just playing like for the love of the game and just willing to take a very, very meager contract. Alex Turilla says a B-. Kevia says C. They keyed in on him. Dirty Bird says B+, set an aggressive tone and made positive plays. That's his job, and he did it well. I like that. I can agree. Let's ring the bell for that. I agree with you on that. Clay Mercer C+ for CP. He runs like he knows there's no contract extension. I like that too. Anthony Moss is C+, not enough touches, but kept the chains moving and kept the rhythm up for the offense. And that's very key that you say that, Anthony. He kept the rhythm going for the offense. And sometimes you need a guy just to do that. You know, you probably ain't gonna have 80 rushing yards and a touchdown or 2. Your stat line maybe only 25, 30 yards. But sometimes you just need a guy to keep the offense in rhythm. And I feel like he did a spectacular job of doing that. Abel says CP gets a C+. Raymond says I think that's a B- for CP. Still a good grade. Uncle Steve says Cordero Patterson gets a C plus. Sorry, folks. His runs were angry, just like me. He's faster in his mind. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for Uncle Steve and CP being way faster in their mind than they are in real life. Let's ring the bell for that. Oh, you crazy, Steve. Sean says, see, sometimes don't read the blocking properly. Sean, somebody else above you said that also. So I think that was David said that as well. So obviously y'all saw the same thing. The Autobot says B. See, Cordero Patterson needs to be a goal line back now. That's interesting. You're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah, you know, Algier may not like that, but you're probably right. You're probably definitely right. Winston says a B. Patterson looked good in his limited touches, and he still has that spark and fury in his carries. His bursts are still there, but in spurts, like that bounce out run to the right side, I do recall that play. And you make a good point. You know, it's in spurts, and he's he's a veteran now, so I'm sure he's learned how to conserve energy. But yeah, that's a good comment, Winston. Larry from the Dixon Way in the building. What's going on, Larry? Y'all make sure that y'all check out Larry on the Dixon Way, at the Dixon Way on YouTube and really everywhere on social media. In fact, says a C minus for CP, but I do feel Bijan or Algier needed those touches. Coach's Corner. What's going on, Coach? Y'all make sure also to check out Coach on YouTube as well. Make sure to show him some love. Also, he's going to be focusing on Atlanta Falcons defense once he starts doing his videos. So that's going to be very, very interesting. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be the only person on YouTube in that niche. So we're looking forward to it, Coach. He says, "Sup, Toddy?" And our chat, hope all had a great Christmas. B for Cordero Patterson. Use him as a battering ram. Let Tyler Algier and Bijan warm them up. He knocked them down. Yep. And that's kind of like the strategy that I saw on Sunday from Arthur Smith. Clayton Murray says, I really can't judge the running backs because Arthur Smith finally changed up the rotation on run design. All right, I can dig that. All right, so we'll go to our next player on offense. Who do we have? Speaking of Tyler Algier and Bijan, that's great. Tyler Algier. Tyler Algier had a total of 9 rushing attempts for 69 yards. Ooh. 1 touchdown. Longest rush of the game was 31 yards. He also had 1 catch for 19 yards as well. So he damn near had 100 all-purpose yards. So let's get Tyler Algier stat line again. Tyler Algier, we're grading Algier. He had 9 rushing attempts, 69 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. Longest rush of the game was for 31 yards. He caught a pass for 19 yards. And no fumbles also. I need to start pointing that out for the running backs. Y'all know y'all boy Bijan like to put the ball on the grass. Let me stop. But what grade would y'all give for Tyler Algier? Please drop your grades for Tyler Algier in the comment section for me, please. Let's see. Anthony Moss says, hey, Arthur Smith need to put some respect on Algier's name. I agree with you, man. I think Algier, I think he need more carries, man. I really do. And we may be at that point of the season where it don't matter anymore. Because maybe Arthur Smith is just finally trying to figure out, like, look, I know Bijan was a first round pick and all, but hey, Tyler Algier's still that guy. No, he's still that guy. David Starr says B plus. Our batting ram and caught the ball as well. Yeah, Tyler played great, man. Kivia says, hey, now he don't run scared. Tyler never ran scared. At least I never saw him running scared. Uncle Steve says, Tyler, hey, that burst on that TD shows that he's not ready for Bijan to be the feature back. Yep. That's what I saw also. I saw the same thing. Kind of like Algier saying, look, I could take this thing to the house too. And I'm going to punish some people along the way. Diva said, Tyler gets a big thank you. Kept me in first place in my fantasy. So shout out to Algier for keeping her in a playoff run. Clayton says a B plus for Tyler Algier. Love the attitude, but he needs more carries. I agree with you on that, Clayton. I agree with you on that. And And I know sometimes the old cliche in basketball, I hope I say this old cliche correct, it's like when you got a bunch of shooters on the team and they be like, well, it's only so much basketball, or it's only one basketball. Arthur Smith is starting to see that with the Falcons in this football and, these running backs. Because you can tell Cordell Patterson is at the point where he like, look, man, coach, I need more touches. And Tyler Algier, hey, man, I need the ball. Bijan, like, hey, I'm Bijan. I need the ball too. So three-headed monster, as they call him right now, The Autobot says Tyler made the most of every carry. A+. Let's ring the bell for him getting an A+. I agree with you on that. Antoine says an A. Alex says an A+. One thing about Tyler Algier, no matter what he gives his all, and his mental is always there. I totally agree with you on that. Raymond says Tyler gets an A. Dixon Way says B+. With more carries, it could have got better. I agree with you on that. Ken Lewis says an A. Coach also gives him an A as well. So high grades for Tyler Algier, man. Definitely one of his best games of the season, and it is reflecting in the grades that we were giving to him also. So good game. Well, no, I'm gonna say great game. Great game by Tyler Algier. Great game by Tyler Algier, man. Great game. Let's show some of our receivers some love. Y'all know we don't hardly ever throw for a bunch of yards, so it's only so many receivers that you can get. But let's show Kyle Pitts some love. Let's grade Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts had 3 catches. He had 49 yards. He had 1 touchdown. Longest catch of the game was for 24 yards, and he was targeted just 4 times. So he caught 75% of the balls thrown his way. Again, we are grading Kyle Pitts. Please drop your grades for Kyle Pitts in the comment section. His stat line was 3 receptions, 49 yards, 1 touchdown. Longest reception of the day was for 24 yards. What grade would you give for Kyle Pitts? Please drop it in the comment section for me. Winston just throwing this out there, really gets an A+, because the best drive he's had all season was to the stadium and then to the bench. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for Desmond Ridder getting an A+, even though he did not take 1 snap. That's a bad man, as Ali once said. Abel says Tyler gets an A+. He's been put aside because Smith got a shinier object. But he has always been productive. And the back they rely on to put the game away. You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. Arthur Smith has shown on more than 2 times this season when it's time to put the game away, I'm gonna get the ball to Tyler Algier. He trusts Tyler is not gonna put the ball on the ground. I think probably the most important factor. And a lot of times when you're trying to put the ball away, you just need to get the ball to a guy who's just gonna run straight forward. And that's not saying anything bad about Bijan, but we're not looking for necessarily big explosive plays. We'll take them if we can get them. We just need to keep the clock moving, and we're focused on not fumbling the ball. So you're right. When it's time to put the game away, that's definitely his go-to back. David says B did have a touchdown. Maybe we can give him his unicorn back. What do y'all think? He did have a touchdown now. Do y'all think Kyle Pitts has earned his nickname, the unicorn? Has he earned the nickname back? Can we officially give Kyle Pitts his unicorn name back? Because I think we took that name from him probably like week 4. So y'all think Kyle has earned the nickname back? Let me know. We may have to do a poll. You know what? Next live, we may do a poll. We may do a poll on the Waffle House. Should Kyle get his nickname back? We may do that, a poll the next live. Alvin Cross really gets an A+. Didn't drop the headset. Y'all crew. Let's ring the bell for that. Ken Lewis is B+, solid game, love the touchdown. Antoine says a B+. Steve says a B. Anthony says a B, need more production out of him. You can see his attitude and mental is much better. Yeah, you saw it this game. You saw it. I'm telling you, Anthony, if didn't nobody else look like they were happy Ridder was on the bench, Kyle Pitts appeared to be elated that Ridder was on the bench. He was coming out the blocks. He was finishing his routes. He was way crisp on his route. I even seen him out there trying to block. Let's ring the bell for Kyle Pitts waking up. They say Kyle Pitts text. They told me Kyle Pitts text Arthur Smith and told him thank you after he bitched this. But he says thank you, coach. I appreciate it. Sent him a thank you and had the emoji and everything. 2:38 in the morning. So Kyle Pitts was obviously happy that there was a quarterback change. He was like, I'm gonna give that Bunny Hop Pitts A, but he needs a better dance. Yeah, he's probably not the best dancer on the team. Actually, the old man Calais Campbell is probably the best dancer on the team. Calais got that dirty bird down pat. You'd have thought Calais was on the 98 Falcons. Calais can do that dirty bird. You can tell he's been practicing that. Raymond says the B minus. He disappeared second half. Loved the touchdown. I did too. I did. It was good to see him out there like he was having a good time, because there's been a lot oftentimes this season where I just seen Kyle looking disengaged and agitated. And this past Sunday looked like he was enjoying himself. So that was a good thing to see. Kevia says B+. Looks better when Taylor's at quarterback. He does. Definitely looks better when Taylor's at quarterback. Clayton says Kyle Pitts B+. I want to see more leadership from him. I think he's the key to spark our offense. Davis says no, Pitts does not need his nickname back. Okay, so Davis says no, he ain't earned it back yet. Davis says just a U, not the Well, y'all at least give him a U back. Can we just start with letters? Maybe start with a U and gradually go to the N and gradually to the I. Alice says B+. I'm still waiting for Kyle Pitts breakout game with touchdowns. Plural S touchdowns. It was his Pitts A, always reliable, never diva, never bad attitude about not getting his touch. Let's ring the bell for that, because you are right about that. He hasn't said anything publicly in the media about not getting his touches. So we do got to give him some credit for that. I'd agree with you on that for sure, Abel. That's gonna probably be the only receiver we do, y'all. Like I said, y'all know we don't put up a lot of passing yards typically. So the receiving options be kind of limited, unfortunately. We have to focus on the running backs. Speaking of running backs, let's go to Bijan. Let's see, did Bijan have a bounce back game from his dismal performance against Carolina? Stat line for Bijan Robinson. He had 12 rushing attempts, which led the team for 72 yards. Longest rush of the game was 32 yards. He also had 7 receptions. Out there looking like Christian McCaffrey, double duty. 7 receptions for 50 yards. Longest catch of the game was for a 14-yarder. He was targeted 10 times, which led the team. The next closest player to him was Jono Smith with 6 targets. So that's kind of telling. Let me give you all those numbers again. Bijan Robinson had 12 rushing attempts, 72 yards. Longest rush of the game was 32 yards. He was targeted 10 times. He caught the ball seven pass receptions for a total of 50 yards. No fumbles also. Let's ring the bell for Bijan not fumbling today on Sunday. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for Bijan Robinson not fumbling. Hey, but no, real talk. What would y'all give Bijan Robinson for his performance on Sunday? What grade would you give Bijan? Let's see. Antoine gives him an A. Big Ron Thomas in the building. What's going on, Ron? How you feeling, man? Hope you had a good Christmas, bro. Davis is the A. When he's engaged, look out. But he must stay engaged no matter what. That's the key thing, man. Key thing. Gotta keep that mentality up, Ricky. Gotta keep it up. Can't hit that rookie wall mentally. And next year, I'm sure he'll have it figured out. Because normally the rookie wall affects running backs the most. Raymond says A for Bijan. His motion contributed to Tyler's touchdown. No coughing. I think you mean what? No coughing up the ball, I think. Coach's Corner says a D for Bijan Robinson. He played in a game, but the fact there was a noticeable difference in his effort and running makes me wonder why he hasn't been doing that. That's a key. That's a key statement, Coach. Hey, man. You're right. And that's what we've been talking about, man. Like Bijan got to stay engaged. Because you like obviously when he's there mentally, like, oh, watch out. But last game, like Carolina, where you could tell he was just like, man, I'm gonna take a week off, bro. Bump it. I'm tired. You know? Like, no, you gotta go all 17 games, bro. This the NFL. This the big leagues, Bijan. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good comment, coach. Anthony said the B plus, he was solid, but he gotta watch them false starts. That's fair. Ron Thomas says an A. Kevia says an A. Would love to see him break a long for a touchdown. We all wait on that. We all wait for that 70-yarder. Well, he just take it to the house. We all waiting on that one. Definitely, y'all. Clayton says A. He provide good blocking and check down. Uncle Steve says Bijan gets an A. I really don't get the hate towards him. Most talented running back the Falcons have drafted. Trust me, he'll pay dividends with a real OC and a real quarterback too. I say also a real quarterback. Once he gets a quarterback and a real OC, woo. The thing about him getting both of those, the offensive coordinator and the quarterback, now you got to play us honest on defense. You just can't sit here and stack the box and try to stop our running game. You can't just sit there and stack the box, try to stop Bijan. You're going to have to go in that zone. You got to go in that zone or sometimes that prevent. And boy, when you do that, we're going to hurt you. So I agree with you on that, Steve. Diva says Robinson gets a B. I'm sorry, I would have preferred Tyler James as a running back one. Okay, not mad at you on that at all. Alice says, A, whenever he's in motion, I feel like most of the defense watching him, he runs harder. He runs harder with Taylor. Okay, gotcha. He runs harder with Taylor Heineke. Hey, man, they all played better with a new quarterback, man. To me, it was very noticeable that they were more engaged and they played harder with Taylor out there. Diva says, make sure you do cool. Abel says an A. The Autobot says a B plus. Winston says an A. Bijan is showcasing his floor. Bijan is showcasing his floor of his potential, but next season and the years after, we got one with this pick. I think so. I definitely will agree with that, man, because he's already had a very good rookie season. You know, even though there are certain parts of his game that you can't pick and prodder at, when you look at the production, you're like, oh, damn. He put up numbers. And he got 7 touchdowns. You're like, oh. He could possibly end the year with double-digit touchdowns. No, he's 3 away from that. He gets 2 the Chicago game and 1 against the Aints. Woo, hey, that's a damn good year. But yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Let's see here. We got Valbert Black Scorp Paisley in the building. What's up, Valbert? Just B for Bijan. He was solid. He just needs a real play caller and a quarterback to make the offense pop. Yep. And that's what me and Steve was just talking about also. You get him a real OC and a real quarterback. Hey, like Biggest say, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Just like Biggest say, sky's the limit. Ken Lewis has a B. All right, so that's good grades for Bijan, man. Very good grades for Bijan. Great bounce back game for the rookie, man. You know, he caught a lot of heat criticism for the Carolina game, rightfully so. But that's what great players do. They bounce back. You know, I'm not comparing him to Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan go off of 15 one game. Okay, you can best believe the next night he gonna hit you up for 43. You know, if you caught Barry Bonds and you got him to strike out 2 times and go 0 for 4, okay, he probably gonna hit a grand slam the very next night. So you better walk him, you know. But you know, that's bounce back. You know, that happens in sports. This is people have to understand that Sunday we had a top 27 quarterback. Imagine what the offense would look like if we had a top 15 quarterback. Speaking of quarterbacks, let's move on to the quarterback, Taylor Heineke. Let's move on to the beer man. The beer man, Mr. Heineke himself. Taylor, let's look at the stat line. Let's see. Taylor Heineke was 22 for 33 yesterday. He had 229 passing yards. You know, that's respectable. He had 1 passing touchdown. His longest pass of the game was 24 yards. His passing rating was actually 99.2. And I must admit, I'm surprised by that. I didn't think his passing rating would be that high, but that's good. We definitely can live with that all day long. A 99.2 passer rating. And he did have 10 yards rushing as well on 2 rushing attempts. He did fumble the ball once. He did not lose the fumble, but he did fumble the ball once. Let me give you Taylor Heineke's stat line again. He was 22 for 33 passing the ball, which is 69%, which is phenomenal for him. Really phenomenal for anybody, to be honest. 229 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown. Longest pass of the game was 24 yards. His rating was 99.2. He had 10 rushing yards on 2 attempts. He had 1 fumble, which he did not lose, which was a good thing. So, what grade would y'all give for our 5'6" quarterback on Sunday, Mr. Taylor Heinicke? Uncle Steve says Heinicke gets a B minus, but shows that solid, not necessarily elite quarterback play can produce 30 points. I totally agree. Bring in a 2024 quarterback class. I agree with you on that too, also, Steve. Dirty Bird 08 says C plus made the splash, but not the routine throws. Yeah, he missed a couple easy throws. I gotta admit that. He had one of those Desmond Ritter moments too, where he threw the ball right to the defender, and the defender just dropped it. So we got lucky on that. David Starr says B did exactly what we needed. Would have been A if we had not left points on the board. I agree. Coach says no turnovers, A plus. Raymond Collins says B minus. He managed the offense well. Yep. And that's what we need right now at this juncture. Hey, just manage the offense, bro. Put some points on the board and don't turn the ball over. We'll win more when we lose if we just do that. We don't need you to be Tom Brady or Peyton Manning at this point or Aaron Rodgers. We don't even need you to be the 2016 Matt Ryan. Just manage the game, dog. Don't give the other team the ball. It's really not that hard. Diva says Heinicke B. For bless you. Antoine says the B. He didn't lose the game. That's very important. Valbert says Tyler gets an A. Solid. No turnovers. Little hiccups. Smart football. Let's ring the bell for that. Very well said, Valbert. I totally agree. Clayton Murray says Heinicke gets a B. Arthur Smith's play call would probably be the best if any quarterback. Ron Thomas says B minus. Uncle Steve says, everyone, don't forget to press the like button. Yes, please hit the like button for me, y'all. Please hit the like button. Let's ring the bell for that. Definitely hit that like button for me, y'all. Thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate you, bro. Winston says A plus just for getting the team to believe in him and follow suit. That's very fair. The Autobot says B. He did his job. Anthony Moss says A. He managed the game and took care of the football. Yeah, just take care of the football, man. Stop. Don't fumbling, no turnovers. That's one thing that could just crush an offense and crush momentum. Side note, Ritter would never throw a block like that. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell. You're right. Taylor Heinicke officially had a pancake. The offensive line coach would count that as a pancake. Good point, Anthony Moss. I haven't seen Chris Lindstrom block like that all year. And he went making almost $100 million. Put Taylor at left guard or left tackle. Keegan said B plus. Kept this cool. Alex Serial says Taylor Heinicke B plus brought the energy out of everybody. He did. That was so critical. You saw it early. You saw it all game. Leadership. That's real leadership. That's what real leadership is. Executed plays and pocket awareness on point. He has some scary throws, but didn't lose us again. That's all that matters. You're right. You're very much right. Ken Lewis says B, held it down for Ritter. Abel says Taylor B plus. Don't turn the ball over. Just don't turn it over. And move the ball. Allow the defense to rest. Yes, that's the key right there. That's the key right there, man. Just keep the chains moving, score some points. We're not even asking you to put up 30 a game or 35 a game, but score some points. Get us some points. Allow the defense the opportunity to rest. When you do that, your defense will reward you. You just get a defense some time. Hey, man, we need a little time to rest. Get our composure, Hey, and it will pay big dividends. And we saw that this Sunday, man. This Sunday. So overall, great gameplay. Great game for the Falcons. That's a good game. They probably could have they showed a lot of pride. Willingness to so maybe they don't want Arthur Smith to get fired, man. Maybe they want him to come back. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how what they do in Chicago. Because y'all already know, hey, playing in Atlanta in December in the comfy confines of a controlled environment, as far as the weather and the temperature, is way different than going up there in the shot time in December and playing in Chicago. So we're gonna see what happens, man. Larry from the Dick's Way says C plus for Taylor. I saw two throws that was a pick six. One hit the defender in the face mask, and the other hit the defender in the chest. But other than that, no. But other than that, no turnovers, but can improve. I agree with you on that. Definitely agree with you on that. Dick's Way said if I grade Ritter like that, I have to do the same for Taylor. But appreciate no turnovers. Yeah, you got to be fair. Definitely got to be fair. Definitely got to be fair. But yeah, that's about it, y'all, man. Make sure to hit the like button for everybody that's gonna watch the replay. Make sure that you do hit the like button for me also. As you see scrolling across the screen, make sure to follow me on Facebook as well, Toddy Jones. I talk a lot of football on Facebook also. Talk music also, y'all saw we talked about Nipsey Hussle a little early in this live stream. So check out your dog on Facebook. Chicago Bears. They are favored currently by 3. So we're going to Chicago as the underdog. The underdog. But hey, this might be an audition for Justin Fields, for Terry Fontenot, and Arthur Blank, possibly Arthur Smith. So let's see. Let's see how it's gonna go, man. I'm excited about this game. I'm excited about this game, man. I'm excited to see how things are gonna go. Let's get this win against Chicago, man. And then we can look forward to them bag heads down in the boots of New Orleans. Larry says it's going to be 32-28 Falcons by 4. I like it. But let's ring the bell. I'm out of here, y'all. As always, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, showing some love. Appreciate the interaction. Appreciate y'all rock with me, supporting the show. Thank you very much. Diva says we need a kicker. Cool, better get this SHIT together so she banging on your way. Cool. You better though. I'm with you on that. Hey, Cool make a lot of money. Cool's a top 5 highest paid kicker in the league. Ain't like you out there making crumbs. So get consistent, Mr. Cool. Appreciate that, Larry. Appreciate that. Yeah, but we out of here, man. What's today? Tuesday. We may pop up, do another live stream if something else happens. But other than that, we'll see y'all Monday night at the Waffle House at 11:30. Peace and happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm gone.